What up? What up? What up, yo? Fresh. God's kid. About to go in on these freestyles. Eminem beats. The king, the goat, you know. But yo, probably about a minute into each round as we celebrate and clown 2020 as it's gone now. Bye-bye, yo. Lack of vision, indecision, yo. Votes, elections. Oh my God, yo. How's everybody doing tonight? I know nobody's checked in, but once you go back and see this, you gon' respect it every time, yo. I wear the mask, it's a paradigm, cause we all do, it's called persona. I learned this, I learned a couple of things on Mona. Another one when I went to college. No, I will not rhyme that with ha. I'll do my 3.9 GPA, I know a couple things said fast, but nothing humble that ass. On December 18th, I got shook, yo, almost taken, word to, yo, everything. Got the shifter stabbed into my brain, up through my FACE. Oh my God, no yes, double apostrophes on it, but lesson taught. I was not God, and it took that much cause Fash was an irrational bastard at 7 to 20 teen. Yes, 20 teen. I was still pop fiend if I was in that intellect respect, but I wasn't. I had my shit in check. Yes, it was just the marijuana I've always been. And in the Cub brand, strand, man, yes, this is off the 8 Mile track, so we'll get to the next one at that, cause we're gonna keep things moving, ungrooving. Matter of fact, yo, fuck a mask. Haha. Yo, Bash is stupid as fuck. I'm about to introduce y'all to him. Bean to death. Alien. Haha. Twisted. Lifted, half, nope, not even sipping the syrup. How you like that shit? This shit's liquid, licorice, natural as shit. It's innate in me. Celebrating 2021, Vente Uno, cuz, yes, mida, loco, Joey G from NB, the Secret City. They call us that because motherfucking John Walsh done put us on the map with the America's Most Wanted. How's it like that? Yo, oh my God, he said no phone call next day. Secret City, yo. All these no snitching t-shirts printed, lifted all our factories and gifted us what? A motherfucking gates for dope fiends and those that don't want to be told. It's easy to see and be part of the GAME, but that's just Joey G reporting the HOOD like Jay-Z used to do back in the day when he was preaching friend or foe. But you know, we'll go to the next B episode. M Slim, yo, we're gonna do these five. Oh my God, they're gonna hit me with some crazy shits. That means no lazy fast. Time to take off the hoodies. Yes, class, listen. Stand 3. The first time this MC ever lift up the MIC, and there was no disrespect to M. I tell him that face to face, respect, cat, no top dog, go, he know that. So I ain't even gonna tell him that, but bro, just know that Joey Joe's a grown man too, and I was just coming out to say what's up to you without calling out the unmentionables, cause too many mention those, and they ain't meant to me. If you know, they exposed the wrong one, I suppose. But yo, I wrote Stand 3, the unplanned one. You should probably go back and see that because it might complete the trilogy. Just saying that the scenery changed over time, but yo, you kept it up and you stepped it up and you fucking got it up on the MM. I ain't even gonna do that. The acronym for your new fucking album, man, will take me like a fucking sentence. Anyways, yo, for real, kid, murder the music, murder the music, the murder the music, the burn to be murdered by. Yo, that'd be the studded goat in me. Yo, go and go get the CD. Nope, but checking D on the Spotify accounts. All M and Shady Records. See, that I be fam to them all the time. I don't give a fuck if I'm signed or not to them. Because fast is above some things, but not God. And that's what I was trying to teach this one beat ago. Let me get back to that as M hit me with the sweet beat to go to the God. Oh my God, it be like that for fast. Here we go, yo. Fast is not a God. Got shooken up last time. Ha. Almost got taken off this planet, real talk. Yo, flatline twice, neurosurgeons taking out. Shift the rod, ROD, not spit from me, spinal cord as it leaked. No metaphor, yo, motherfucking seen 2 more in the same month due to some disease I had in my spinal cord leaked as it leaked fluidly. Now it's coming out the front of me, thank God, and that's what I tried to get to about, yo, and that's this. All glory to the G-O-D, the true one, the omni love, the presence, the one that allowed us to deliver this message. Yes, and stutter, that made it sound perfect sentence, and I don't give a fuck. I rap anything around a beat, kid, and that's what I do, cause I defeated like Lil Wayne in me. That's why I put him as part 2 in the trilogy. No, I didn't. God did that. So go back and listen and complete the 3, please, and put me in the studio. See? Damn. Fuck. Next beat. Oh yes, the greatest favorite rock time of all times. Yo, real talk, Slim, Bruce, Marshall Bruce Mathers III. That'd be crazy, cause I'd be Joseph Wilford Gallant III. That's the only time I mentioned that on camera, man, cause listen, these fucking ideas that went through my head when I heard this was fucking scared to death, man. I was facing a 40-year sentence, and that's for real, cause this kid got into an accident leaving a Christmas party with some other guys who were kind of little naughty, leaving the bar, and anyways, they had twice the fucking GPA as me, or BAC correctly. So anyways, we skipped that beat because we gotta skip the beef, because I had to come to peace that I put the keys in the ignition. I shouldn't have did that, and that's the fucking reason why I lost 7 years of my life, a wife and a house, 2 cars. What else you wanna fucking talk about? Cause I built another one up, and what happened? That one fell too, cuz, but don't worry, cause I'm back up, yes, and I'm building this dark light movement. You better come through, we're quite fucking fluid. I know we're just starting out, we're underground, but so are you too, kid, and that's why I stick to the fast guards, kid. But Aerosmith, I compare you to that, because yo, you covered the map. In fact, in times and centuries, like rewind, yo, with the old dudes in the 20s that we used to talk about back in the 90s. Ain't that crazy and amazing that we can talk to these children, because we're fucking OGs, no scripting, because we got the paperwork to back it up. Every sentence, subject and predicate, verb, I will fucking better develop it. If you get me in studio, I fucking swear to death, kid. But anyways, this just be perfect. That'd be 5 beats, sway with a, yo, nah, never that, never disrespect, but we're gonna do, one more just for sweat, a little swagger drip off my prick like licorice or liquor. No, I won't stick to, I'll make that I'm on that Tim Westwood shit. That's right, the best hood shit. I wanna get up in the Motown where it go down, right? I'll take a weekend, or maybe 2 friends from Massachusetts, Detroit. I catch the Lions, Pats game, yo man, Pats suck. Anyways, let's go, baby. I'll wait till the Cowboys show up at the Detroit Stadium for show. Motherfucker, yo, you play fantasy football, Slim? Cause if so, we gotta get into the competition, my friend, cause Fast be that champion that I had like 7 rings out of the last 8 years I've been playing, and fuck it, oh my god, I'm saying, bro, let's keep playing with these Eminem beats on the first of the week, no, it be the first of the month, no, it be the first of the year, cause of 2021, yes, yo, when I'm gone, yo, go back and look at the song, go back and look at the song, my loved ones, my children, my mother, my brethren, all them that went before me, yo, I will see them someday, cause I believe clearly that their soul, the energy never leaves this planet, and that be the motherfucking ALIEN in me. And maybe I should explain the dark light society and motherfucking the green HIP, man. Psst, it be like this. Environmentally clean, we're gonna be that. We're gonna try to bring the generation up with these 90s talk, because kids were listening to this in the cribs, cause yo, my children could go along with every M song. I'm sorry that messed me up. How you doing too, cousin? Yo, but anyways, for real they could, but not buzzing. Even though I was, when I was singing them, I would clean it up and I would sing, yo, perfectly clean M, be like PGM, yo, all of them, yo, listen, my kids would just lose it in a second, kid, yo. Next beat, let's go through this, yo, see if Sway catch on to this. I be telling Shady 4-5 on message. I don't even know if, but I be sweating it. Like, I be like, yo, Slim, pick up the message. Like, yo, Slim, haha, it's fast again. God damn it. Don't put me up in the stands, man, cause I will not stand next to stand, man, cause I'm not understand, man. You're not understanding, man. Listen, switch stands anyways. The mic MIC, I be quite complete. Fash used to be fashion. I had to cut out the ION, cause I'm not owing no one nothing, Nathan, not anytime, kid. I'd rather be spraying nothing for Nathan. Listen, but back to what I was saying, I will go back to 98 and say, yo, Joey, life is great. You're in the Marine Corps. Go ahead and cock them guns some more, cause these kids out there rapping about it, talking about it, but they can't take a gun and do nothing about it. Cause when they do, they ain't a jam. Motherfucking stuck, I'm lightning is fighting back, man. You ever see yourself in a gun jam, the butt in the gun stroke? Yo, no, let's go to the next episode, bro. Motherfucking do this. Oh my God, step it. You know, this is the first song I ever heard when I was in prison, when I first put the motherfucking headphones on. Swear to God, a word to life, word to death, word to everything that's left, bro. In FASH, though. Joey G, Gallant from Massachusetts. My last names be kinda confusing. See, it's Gallant. My mom's Savage, but you know, Maiden B. Smith. So you put this maiden iron to the smith, it'd be like Crazy Savage and Gallant, yo, cause I gotta bring it up, I gotta use tact in my force, you understood, cause I'm a Marine, a sergeant doing things. Even though I got fucked up in the game, I still kept my stripes, yo, word up to my life. I never put my honor down, never, not now, and that's why Fast could stand here proud. And motherfucker, I'll sing to a crowd on, this is what I like said, the first of the week, the first of the 13th, the first of the month, the first. Yo, this is the first of 2021, kid. Vente uno, let's get motherfucking loco. And you know, if you get too much in your fucking system, get rid of them keys, get rid of them. And if you're a good friend, you better go ahead and take them. If not, motherfucker, you're gonna break some hearts, kids, and it's not too smart. I already told you about my family. I got took apart and don't even speak. I pray for the other two dudes at night, daily, nightly. I think, you know, it twists my brain, whatever's left up in their main between what the rod took out and what I pops took out. What my pops took out, yo. At age 11, my best friend. Here, let's get to the never forgottens. Yes, mine was a dude named Daniel Savage. Raised me up from roots, and that's it. That's what I'm trying to get back to these kids and to switch the beats, but it's okay, cause I'm quite complete, and I said that. We're gonna lower this just a second, cause I'm gonna try to give a message, and this is we know how to talk to these kids in this old 90s language, so we're gonna deliver that with this dark light society, man, and I mean this. So yo, anybody who's seen this, I truly thank you, love you. One on mother freaking FASHGODZKIDD's channel, yo, repping the kid, cause you know, baby, go in this, but you know, that's how it goes in this. I suppose it's just how did they say it? I guess I gotta wait patience. And that was the thing that I had to take, kid. Yo, I'm still freestyling. That's all I do all day and all night. I sit here on my cot and I'm like rotten. I gotta get this out. I got crates. Fucking, if you could see it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make a video of all the notebooks I got right now. And I'm gonna have to turn this beat back up because I kind of like that. That's what I'm saying. Son, give me one of these things so I can stomp and spray them and tell them about some motherfucking ways that I got caught up in the game so these kids don't have to act lame, because that's what I was when I was locked up, and that's what I try to tell them, because unless they like bad food and a couple other things, like nothing really, a little gambling, maybe a cig or two, run a block, try to see who got the... Yo, listen, no mission, don't go there. I'm telling you, nowhere ever in fast. Let's make this clear. I'm unite everything. That means unite faith, unite whatever you want to be. Yeah, I will give you a space, do it to me equally. Like, if I let you be, let me live, kid. That's what I'm trying to do in this, and it's ridiculous. That's all. Let's keep it down the middle. Dr. King Jr. And soon you'll see there's a bigger mission, dog. I swear to God, swear to this and not. You lived a good life, and what? Why wouldn't you want that? I was waiting for another beat, but this guy's playing with me, so I'm gonna head and hit that beat. He depressing me, be last beat maybe. Wait, yes, see, cause we gotta celebrate a little bit, cause I don't mind that a bit, cause I like to celebrate with my vocals. It don't take no little loco spray to make it. Easter pink, I was thinking kinda like Lil Wayne, but I don't need that sirp, man, cause I'm naturally outspoken, as you can see, and I'm not joking, oh my God, Locust position, Locust Street is when I was born at, New Bedford, Massachusetts. On the map, I said that you can go back, but anyways, fast, I'm saying I got the paperwork to back it up, so don't be that jerk that will... Oh, I'll tell you some stuff. Okay, so Fash made the motherfucking yearbook of my own USMC tour, dog. This is what it took, dog. I was toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose with this other kid. He kind of looked a little shook too, and I hit him with a hook or two, and he went down, and I got a phone call home. Yo, I called home. It was Memorial Day. I couldn't talk to mom because she was out on vacation with dad, out camping, and that was back to the savage thing I was thinking before. You see, I got that little motherfucking short-term memory loss, but let's get back into the sauce. It be that savagery living we trying to give in this deliverance. No fucking multis in that. I mean, I think. Anyways, well, do whatever's good for you, and I'm not gonna keep going back to that, my dude. Like I said, I will give you my space. Give me my space. Give yours too. Anyways, fuck one, fuck two. You know I'm a little bit into this. Anyways, I get back to this savage shit. Because yo, it really means this. It means we know a lot of knowledge that might be taken away from kids because you can't learn certain things not being on the job. Like, I didn't want to keep saying going back to school, but that's like all they giving these little mutts. I'm so sick of the DOC and the industries and the GOV and everything. Thank God Eminem will always save me. It be like that because when I be thinking about crap, I just put on an M song and tell me you didn't. That's why, yo, I did stand 3, but I ain't hating. It was some provocative attention, celebration. What up, friend? Yo, fam, thank you. And all the dudes before you, like Snoop Dogg, Nas, freaking Andre 500 billion thousand. No, yo, Outkast for certain. Yo, Public Enemy before Jim in I understood many things. Many people don't catch emojis until they go back and re-listen, but I catch them on the first because I got highly witted, and I don't know why. It's just a gift from God, and I'm very thankful. In fact, let me humble myself again in the stance as I glance at the floor, because I do that some more, you know, because I be supporting a culture that don't be supporting me back sometimes. But now it's like, okay, they're gonna put everybody inside houses, and now there'll be no cop beefs, and they thinking government things, and that's what I was back to the savagery living, yo. Sometimes you gotta put a pot literally in your house with some soil to let the roots grow and show your kids how to, yo, cause if everything goes down, you can't Google everything forever, bro, especially if some solar panel really do the ghost, yo. Anyways, yo, that's all spectacles, and I'm not gonna get into that because I don't get political, because really it's all ridiculous, because I just live my life and it might not even touch this. Like Eminem might not even see this, Dr. Dre might not have. But so back to the credits, yo, Pac of course, and Biggie, yo, Nas, that's the boys. Nostradamus is the reason why Fashion went to fashion to fashion. I had to leave the ION bad decision, because when you duck that, you duck the cops faster. It's a blast when you're ducking those fat New York cats. And yo, graffiti artists understand that, because you're packing a lot of things, especially if you got some weed and a couple beers. And you know, back in the fucking 90s, Fast was quite hype. He be like, ooh, yes, this song sometimes, but no. So we're gonna go into the last nail in the coffin, and I guess we won't go out in romping, stomping way, but I will say this, yo, hey! Thank you for getting through this with me. Understand, this is like fucking 20 beats of line is 3. It really be that. But anyways, I love all y'all complete, yo. You and I facts back to that real quick, because it be the green scheme. That back to that hip hop thing. Yes, over here on our merchandise is clear, yo. It be that USMC thinking in me, because when I was a little blue missing my family and I stepped on those yellow footprints, it made quite green, cause my DI taught that to me. He be like, Marines, listen to me. You guys are all green from dark to light and everything in between that. Is that alright? We're like, yes, sir. What? Can't hear you. He said, yes, sir. And he's like, all right, dudes. And that's been the paradigm of my life since then. But even before that, I was New Bedford melting pot, so I was quite kin to that. I don't have to mention paradigms, but I'm just trying to bring it to these times, because these times need these rhymes. Yes, this be the 90s kids I'm talking now. Listen, yo, now Fast is fucking back in the rap, and every time I want to put down this phone, this is what happened now. That's why sometimes I don't pick it up in the first place, and sometimes I don't put it down in the last place. But again, I'm gonna bring you back to the book of crates. I got those notebooks for days and days. Listen, if I put down just my days in prison, okay, that's day 1, day 2, up until 7 years of fucking tears. I can't explain this shit. It's fucking ridiculous, and that's why they can't copy that. Like Smack said, yo, you can't copy respect check. Listen, get into this shit, and I love y'all for real. Thank you for listening. This is Fast God's Kid, yo. It's a new edition. Love y'all. Peace.